There are millions of unsung heroes all around us. They're caregivers, people quietly dedicating their lives to loved ones with special needs. And while it's a role filled with so much love, it also comes with these hidden challenges that can lead to just profound exhaustion. Today, we're going to dive into a critical support system that really does act as their lifeline.
Wow. This quote from the Cleveland Clinic just perfectly captures the feeling of caregiver burnout, doesn't it? It's not about a lack of love or wanting to be there. It's about a complete and total depletion of the resources you need to just keep going. It's that feeling of being completely empty when you've given every single thing you have.
All right, so let's break this down. What does this reality actually look like? What exactly is caregiver burnout? And, how widespread is this problem really?
And it is so important to understand what burnout truly is. This isn't just about feeling tired. We're talking about a state of complete exhaustion, physical, emotional, and mental. It's what happens when the demands of caregiving just overwhelm a person's ability to cope, often because they aren't getting the help they desperately need for themselves.
And these right here are the red flags. It might start with just feeling tired all the time, but it can grow into pulling away from friends, losing interest in hobbies you used to love, and even feeling completely hopeless. If you see these signs, it's a huge signal that a caregiver is just running on empty and needs support, like right now.
So, you might be wondering, how common is this? Well, more than 60% of caregivers report symptoms of burnout. Think about that for a second. This isn't some rare issue. It's a massive public health problem that affects the majority of caregiving families. And the fallout from this kind of unmanaged stress, well, it can be absolutely devastating. Research shows that children with disabilities are nearly 4 times more likely to experience abuse or neglect. It's just a brutal reminder that when caregivers are in crisis, the stakes are unbelievably high for everyone involved. But here's the good news. There is a powerful solution out there, a service designed specifically to prevent this crisis before it even starts. It's a lifeline, and it's called Respite. So what exactly is respite care? Well, at its core, it's a break. It's planned, temporary relief for the person who's the primary caregiver. It could be for a few hours, a couple of days, or even in an emergency. It gives a caregiver a chance to just step away, recharge, and take care of their own needs for a change. But honestly, calling it just a break doesn't even begin to cover it. Respite care is a strategy. It's a proactive way to prevent burnout, which in turn helps keep the whole family unit stable. When a caregiver is supported, the quality of care they can provide goes way up, and that benefits absolutely everyone.
Now, to see what this looks like in action, let's take a look at an amazing organization down in Texas called Respite Care of San Antonio, or RCSA for short. I mean, their mission really says it all, doesn't it? It's about creating a safe, loving, and nurturing space for these kids, while at the same time strengthening the families who care for them. It's this holistic approach that supports both the child and the caregiver. And get this, their impact is just exploding. In the last fiscal year alone, they provided over 8,000 nights of residential care. That's a 34% jump from the year before. This is just undeniable proof of the massive and growing need for these essential services.
And this support leads to real, measurable results. Every single child in their long-term care hit their developmental milestones. Almost 90% of parents said they felt less stressed. These are incredible, evidence-based outcomes. This stuff works. And numbers are one thing, but stories like this, they really bring the data to life. A baby girl they call E came to them with a severe brain injury that needed constant expert monitoring. While the team at RCSA noticed these tiny, subtle signs of distress one evening, acted fast, and got her the medical help that literally saved her life. That's the power of having trained professionals watching over these kids. And this piece of art here, made by one of the kids, just perfectly captures the spirit of RCSA, right? It's all about focusing on what's possible, on potential, and on the simple joy of being a kid no matter what challenges you face. It's about building positive memories and really positive futures. Okay, so we've seen the problem and we've seen a solution that really works. But for so many families, the next question is the big one. Right? So where can you actually find this kind of help? It can feel like a maze, but the good news is there are some amazing resources out there to point you in the right direction. A fantastic place to start for anyone in the U.S. is the Arch National Respite Network. You can think of it like a central hub. Their whole mission is to help families find quality respite care right in their own communities and advocate for these services all across the country. So, where do you begin? You can start with the Arch Respite Locator online. Check out your state's Lifespan Respite program or connect with your local area agency on aging. For military families, services like Military OneSource and TRICARE have specific respite benefits. The bottom line is, you're not alone in this search. There are dedicated paths to find the help you need.
So finding help for one family is crucial, but to really tackle this issue, we've got to think bigger. We need to build a stronger, more accessible system for everyone.
And you know what? There's already a national roadmap for this, and it really boils down to 3 key things. First, public outreach, to just get rid of the stigma around asking for help. Second, dedicated funding, to make these services affordable. And third, building up the workforce by training and keeping more qualified professionals in the field.
Because at the end of the day, the goal is a future where no caregiver has to feel totally alone or just completely overwhelmed. A future where there's this coordinated, community-based network of respite care that's available and accessible to every single family that needs it, whenever they need it.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. This isn't just about policies and programs, it's about community. How can we, in our own neighborhoods, as friends and colleagues, do more to recognize, validate, and support the millions of caregivers who are holding our families together? What's our role in being their lifeline?